Good morning, everyone. This is Kalishwari, Assistant Professor from Department of Management, Kristu Jayanti University, going to discuss the topic on demand and supply analysis. So today what we are going to discuss is about demand analysis. So what is demand? What are the components of demand and how demand analysis is made? So first of all, getting into the topic, we are going to discuss about the meaning of demand. So demand means the ability or the willingness to buy a specific quantity of a commodity at the prevailing price in the given period of time. Or else you can say that the demand for a particular product at the given time at the given price. So it is just the desire or the willingness of a consumer to buy a product on a particular period of time at the particular price it is fixed on. And next thing what we have to understand is about the law of demand. So law of demand is the quantity of a commodity demanded by the consumer at the given period of time. So it increases as its price falls, but it decreases as the price increases. So it has a vice versa, inverse relationship between demand and the supply. So when price increases, the demand falls. When demand increases, the price also falls. So that is where the component is discussed about. So next thing what we have to discuss is about the demand schedule. So demand schedule is about the tabular representation of the quantity demanded by the consumer. So it shows the quantity of goods that a consumer is willing to buy at the prevailing price in the market at the given period of time. So this also shows the inverse relationship between the price and demand of a particular commodity. So it doesn't have a direct or positive relationship, whereas it has an inverse relationship between the price and the quantity demanded. And the demand function. So demand function is described that describes how much of the commodity will be purchased at the prevailing price and alternatively towards the income of the consumer. And what are the factors affecting towards the demand for the product. So all these things are explained in a function or an equation called demand function. So it observes various factors that we will be discussing in the upcoming slides. So for an representation, we have took a example of displaying a demand schedule, how it looks. So price of per kg and quantity demanded. So whenever there is a decrease in price, the quantity demanded also increases. So as we discussed in the theoretical part where the price and quantity demanded has an inverse relationship, same is represented in the tabular format. So when price increases, there will be a decrease in demand. When there is a decrease in the price, there will be increase in demand. So similarly, when the price is 10, the quantity demanded is 1. When the price becomes 8, the quantity demanded becomes 2. When price even becomes lesser, that is 6, the quantity demanded increases to 3. And when the price comes to 4, the quantity demanded comes to 4. So that means when the price decreases, the demand for the commodity increases. Now we are going to discuss about the important factors which are contributing towards demand. So that is the price of the commodity itself, the price of the related goods. The related goods are substitute goods and complementary goods, and the income of the consumer, the normal goods and inferior goods, the taste and preference of the consumer, and other factors. So first thing is about the price of the commodity. That means the price of the commodity itself. Suppose, for an example, if we are going to buy as a consumer a toothpaste, the price of the toothpaste is also responsible for a consumer to buy that particular commodity at the given price and the given period of time. So, as the factor affecting demand, price of the commodity also plays a major role in deciding the demand for that commodity. Then comes the price of related goods. So we have two types of related goods, that is substitute goods and the complementary goods. So the price of related goods, how it affects is the supplementary substitute goods are something which we can use as a supplement to the product which you are already buying in the market. Suppose, for an example, toothpaste brand. If you are a consumer who is using Colgate, whereas if there is any sudden increase in the price of Colgate toothpaste, you can go with the substitute goods for your consumption. When it comes to the complementary goods, it also impacts the demand for the product. Suppose bread and jam. So in that case, when the price of the jam becomes lower, you would be in a position or you will be willing to buy the jam bottle. So apart from that, you can't eat the jam separately. So you would have to buy the complementary of that product has bread. So when you are going to buy a jam to a complementary, you will be buying the bread also. So this effect also makes a major challenge or major factor contributing towards demand. Then comes the income of the consumer. So income of the consumer also becomes the important factor contributing towards the demand for the particular commodity. So when there is an increase in the income of the consumer, he will be willing to buy more and the demand for the consumption will also be high. But whereas when there is a less income comparatively, then his demand will also decrease. When it comes to normal goods and inferior goods, they are directly affected by the income pattern of the consumer. And then comes the taste and preference of the consumer. The taste and the preference of a consumer differs by individual to individual. So these are some of the factors contributing towards the demand for a commodity. And there are some other factors also contributing towards the demand for the commodity that is also further discussed in this chapter.